Hello and welcome to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah and today I will be doing a reading for the month of April for the sign of Gemini. I hope that all my Geminis out there are doing well. Congratulations on surviving the month of March. Good job, way to go. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that may not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, and this is the spread that I have for you today. In the past position, we have the King of Swords, clarified by the King of Cups. In the obstacle position, we have the Empress, clarified by the Hierophant. In the present position, we have the Eight of Wands, clarified by Strength. And in the future outcome position, we have the Nine of Pentacles, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. This is a very strong spread, Gemini. There's quite a bit going on. So let's get right into it. In the past position, you have the King of Swords, which tells me that you had to be quite disciplined for a prolonged period of time. You had to be the problem solver of various things in your personal life and in your professional life. You had to use your logical and rational approach, almost a very kind of like a clinical, detached, cold like approach, in order to really kind of see various solutions to various circumstances and situations that presented themselves to you. And you were able to do that with mastery. Yes, Gemini. Since you are an air sign and the King of Swords is also ruled by air, this came to you quite naturally. You were able to communicate very clearly and straight to the point what it is that you needed, and you are a masterful communicator. But there was an area of you when you were communicating that came across to people around you that you were perhaps a little bit cold. And my boy cat is saying hello, Griffin. He doesn't like the candle. He smelled the candle and now he's backtracking off of the table, but he was making sure that everything is copacetic. Sorry about my camera shaking. Yeah, you were very structured and disciplined in your approach, which served you really well, especially when it comes to emotions, because you have the King of Cups in the clarifying position. Which tells me that your feelings and emotions were very much under control, were very much appropriately placed. But as you know, we are in the new era now, and the transformation has happened, and so things are settling down. Once everything settles, you will see that it's a new world, and you are starting a new cycle, a new life. So some of the things have to be changed when it comes to your approach, especially with the Empress in the obstacle position. There's not enough warmth and nurturing. There's not enough feminine energy that you have been sort of practicing, and so the divine is bringing this to your attention so you can practice that feminine energy more. But I will say, some tarot readers would interpret the King of Swords and the King of Cups as individuals. Since these are court cards in tarot, they would say that, the King of Swords was an authority figure that was quite domineering in your life, and is moving to the background, like you are no longer dominated by this authority figure figure who was very cold and very strict in his routine and in his approach and his demands and so on and so forth. But with the King of Cups, there was a balance, because the King of Cups, of course, rules emotions. But the emotions sort of took second priority. They were second place in this person's approach. Nonetheless, the King of Swords that is clarified by the King of Cups is much more fair than normally. But at the same time, it's too much masculine energy, too much structure, too much discipline. And so you're moving away from that towards a more nurturing approach in the month of April. The Empress in the obstacle position does tell me that you need to increase the amount of self-care that you need to be doing, because you may have been sort of ignoring that and not really prioritizing your feminine energy, which made it kind of not be balanced. And as a result, the energy is out of alignment. You may have also developed some dependency issues as a result of as a result of having a very strong masculine energy in your dealings, in your thought processes, in your day-to-day life, you need to introduce little by little more feminine energy, creation energy, nurturing energy, compassionate energy, and like empathy energy. It needs to be increased, so that you can see the world in a more balanced way and allow yourself to align that mindset of lack. Because the Empress is saying that there's a lot of abundance, as long as you tap into that abundance, as long as you expand your consciousness and your mind to see a bigger picture, to have a bigger cup. Because not everything is about logic, right? When you intellectualize things, you cut yourself off from having an ability to see past the intellectual. And there's nothing wrong with intelligence, but intelligence can be limiting in understanding of the world, because not everything is necessarily explained by logic, although logic is a very important tool, specifically in a third dimension, specifically in this plane, if you will. There are things that logic cannot explain, and so it's important to be aware of when you're intellectualizing something versus when you are processing something through your chakras or energy, which is your emotions. The Hierophant in the clarifying position definitely tells me that the old ways are outdated, and so new traditions are important, and so they need to be created. New traditions must be created if you want to be successful in this new Aquarian era, because this era is all about freedom. And freedom comes in many different ways. And so part of the reason you have the Hierophant in the clarifying position is because a part of you doesn't feel free. So one part feels too much freedom, whereas the other part doesn't feel free at all. And so there's, again, that lack of balance. You may be The reason you may be feeling that is because, part of you has been repressed. Part of you was not allowed to, for the lack of a better explanation, to be wild, if you will. And so, commitments in your life have to be rethought going forward. And so you have to recommit yourself to things that before you didn't think were important. So you have to let go of the commitments that have outgrown their usefulness or purposefulness, and you have to commit to new ideas and new ways of being, if you will. there's no such thing as doing things the right way or the wrong way, because everything that you do is very unique. And so as you do, you learn more and discover more about yourself. But with the Empress and the Hierophant in the obstacle position, these are major arcana cards. So the Empress is a very important card. It's a card number 3 in the tarot deck. 3 is a very big, powerful number. It's a very symbolic number. For example, you have your Son, Father, and the Holy Spirit. In like zodiac, you have your moon, your ascendant, and your rising sign. Again, 3 is a very powerful number. There's that equation 3, 6, 9. So 3 is a big deal. And so there's going to be a big shift, a big transformation that you're going to be personally going through, again, on the inside. And it's about your feminine power, regardless what gender you are. Feminine power is the power of creation, and it's a very kind of significant force, if you will. And a part of that is kind of looking over wild things, because in nature there's a lot of wild animals, like nature itself sometimes is referred to as a feminine power, and a lot of times it can be very difficult to contain. And so you have very strong grasp, Gemini, on the masculine side of things, but not strong enough on the feminine side of things. And so you have to kind of allow yourself to what you perceive as make mistakes, because there's no such thing necessarily as mistakes. We assign those things we assign that understanding, but every quote unquote mistake is a learning opportunity without which you cannot grow. And with the Hierophant, be careful to the old teachings, because some of the old teachings were meant for the old world, and you are now in the new world, and so some of those things have to be revised. So you create, as you move forward, with feminine power that you have access to. Now, there will be big shifts in the month of April. This is why you have the Eight of Wands in the present position. And they're going to be coming in fast, which will require fast action from you. But you're already prepared to take that action. You are a master level soul, you're a senior level soul. So you will know what to do once that action presents itself for you. You'll know what you need to do, or what you need to say, or where you need to go in order to pursue your goals and bring your goals to their accomplishment level and completion, if you will. But the reminder here is you have the strength to facilitate progress and take action when needed. So things are developing in a positive way for your benefit. The divine is giving you an opportunity to reward yourself and to collect the rewards that you are due. You have been very kind and very generous with people around you, and so it is time for you to experience some of the generosity, in return. The momentum is building in your favor. The momentum of your life is building towards a culmination, towards a completion of a goal. As new cycles start on different levels, things are starting to merge to that one pinnacle. And so it's interesting, how you are able to handle more complex things as they happen in the outside world. You know, your inner world is becoming more and more strong. You're learning how to appreciate some of the wild parts of you. You're learning how to validate and acknowledge the emotions and not suppress them. You're learning how to appreciate all parts of you as they create this universe that you know as you, right? You're definitely establishing more control over your chakras. You're definitely establishing more control over your aura layers. So parts of you are coming into alignment, which is why the divine here is saying, you know, remember that inner strength, because it will see you through some of the complex moments in your life. As we are progressing in this new era, and as we were learning our place in this new era and establishing our stability in this unknown territory, you will require strength. And so that's why the divine here is giving you this major arcana card in the form of the strength card. But towards the end of April, I think you will feel a lot of relief. You have the Nine of Pentacles in the future outcome position with the Six of Pentacles. You will feel much more independent when it comes to your resources. You will feel like you are much harder to control, and that you have freedom to decide what you want to do, how you want to do, where you want to do. Like, you have much more movement than before. And so this new freedom will allow you to kind of experience soul evolution. And as more of your genetics, as more of your chromosomes and all of that comes back online, this will be very useful for you. Abundance is coming in, and your mind is going to feel more free and less kind of controlled, less disciplined, less told what to do. Like, you're becoming a little bit more of your own person. And I think the month of April is going to showcase this substantially. Let's see what we can clarify with the tea leaf cards that I'm shuffling right now. And we have the month of January. We also have mice, discord among friends or family. And we have grapes, time to go out and have fun. Let's pull a few more tea leaf cards from my other, from the other half of the tea leaf card deck, because there's too many of them to hold in one hand all at once. We also have flowers, happiness. We also have fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. Definitely, I think that this mice card, discord among friends or family, is not going to be something that you are unaware of. I think you're already are aware of it. It's not going to change any of your plans. It's not going to affect you in a difficult way. It's something that has been going on for quite a while. But otherwise, the tea leaf cards look good and quite positive. So I'm going to pull a Shaman's Dream Oracle card. We have Caterpillar, opportunity. Definitely, there's an opportunity coming your way. Opportunity to create more stability. An opportunity to pursue something that ignites your passion. And then lastly, I'm going to pull an Angel and Oracle. This is an Angel and Ancestor Oracle card deck. We have Traveler, move in a new direction. Yeah, so Definitely there is something new that's coming in with this newfound freedom that you will have in the month of April. As you explore, things that you wouldn't normally have time to explore because you are busy working or volunteering or doing something, your mind will start to expand. So try and incorporate a vacation, try and incorporate seeing something new, experiencing something new, because that literally will help you align your energy in a much better way. I hope you enjoyed this reading, Gemini. If you did, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Don't forget to visit me on Instagram. And also, if you think someone would benefit from seeing this reading, please share it with them. It helps my channel greatly. And I hope you have an incredible month of April. Thank you.